Hey everyone, how are you? Welcome to today's broadcast. We are talking about the effects of too much screen time and your kids. You know, it's summertime for many people. Kids for many people are out of school and they wind up being on screen time because you've got stuff to do. And so you're like, go watch a show, go watch your movie, go watch your tablet, go watch this, go watch that. Part of the problem is you may not have a schedule set up. That may be part of the problem. And you're just kind of flying by the seat of your pants. So this is all what we're going to talk about. I'm going to give you 12 reasons why you should not be over screening your kids. Is that a screening? Is that a real word? Well, it is a real word, but you know what I mean. Not be having them on their screens too much. Those of you that don't know me, welcome to my broadcast. I am Celia Kibler. I am the founder of Pumped Up Parenting, Fun Fit Family Fitness, and the Day of Calm Foundation. I'm the author of Raising Happy Toddlers, How to Build Great Parenting Skills, and Stop Yelling at Your Kids. This is a manual. Guys, it's a manual. Like you can look up anything you need. Here's school and daycare, separating from your child. You can look up whatever you need, consequences, when children lie, when children stop listening. It's all in here, and you'll find successful solutions. Along with that book are my 3 children's books, Being Different is Fun, All About Me, and whoops, let's go this way, I Am Grateful. So all available at celiasbooks.com. Right below me is the link. Direct links to Amazon. Raising Happy Toddlers is available in English and Spanish. Okay, so I am also a mommy. 2 kids I gave birth to, 3 I gained through marriage. I've been successfully parenting a blended family for over 27 years, and I've been a real life parent for over 41 years. Amazing. So let's get started and not talk too long so you guys know the effects too much screen time has on your child. I'm going to go through 12 things. First of all, screen time affects sleep. Okay. When your child is looking at a screen like a phone and they're looking here and they're on like that or a tablet, those rays from the screen and that close up action causes a party in your brain. We don't want a party in our brain. We want our brain to go in sleep mode. We have a sleep mode in our brain. It is set off by, hi, Kieran. How are you? Thank you for joining in. It is set off by you having a bedtime routine, you putting on your pajamas, put your brain into sleep mode. Okay. If you are looking close up at a screen, you are turning off that sleep mode and setting your brain into party mode. We don't want party mode. We want our children to go to sleep and you to sleep better. So, screens off because they will affect sleep, and lack of sleep causes irritability. Irritability causes yelling and lots of problems. Okay. Number 2, all that irritability, all that screen time also causes mood swings. If your child is moody, the screens are not helping. They're making them moody. The flashing of the light, the going from one thing to another, the always needing instant gratification, the demandingness of your child. Screens contribute to that. Okay. This is why you should not have your kids on screens all the time. It creates hyper emotions. This is proven studies. So they get moody and their emotions become even more extreme: stress, anger. It heightens them. So if you're sick of your child having outbursts or being moody or being demanding, putting them constantly on a screen is not helping. And if they're throwing a tantrum over them wanting a screen, giving into them is only causing the tantrum to continue. Okay? Language development and communication skills. Often people go, oh, my kids are learning language on a screen. Well, number 1, it is not human spoken language, is electronic language. So it's a different way of hearing. The best language is through you. The best things they learn is through you. If they're watching videos, there's all these cuss words in it. Guess what they're going to learn? Cuss words. And when they're on screens, you never know what video is going to pop up. Kids that are on screens more read less. When we're reading, we are developing our language. We are developing our cognitive abilities. We are developing our memory and retention and creativity. Kids that are on screens all the time read less. It is a fact done by studies. Vision problems. You know, if you sit in front of a computer all day for work, that you probably wear glasses or contacts because that computer is affecting your vision. If your child is always like right there on a screen or a tablet, you are already affecting their vision before they even get old enough to build strong eye muscles. You're tearing down their vision. Okay. What else? Most kids that are on screens too long are sedentary. Means they're sitting around on their butt. They are not doing anything. We were meant to move as human beings. Kids that sit on their butts all day create obese kids. They're not moving. They're not burning calories. And if they have a bag of chips by them or some food, they're feeding their face without even thinking about it. So they are taking in more calories and burning a whole lot less. Too much screen time means too much sitting and not moving, priming them to superficial dopamine. Yes, exactly. It's all superficial and creates an addiction to the screens that you will find it hard to break because they're getting this rush from their screens instead of getting a rush from life, from their own creativity, their own imagination. And they feel like they have to be entertained 24/7. They cannot come up with their own entertainment. Back when I was a child and dinosaurs roamed the earth, we didn't have screens. We had to come up with our own entertainment. We ran through backyards. We played games. We played cards. We played hide and seek. We played charades. We had board games that we played. We played with our friends outside until it was dinner time. We didn't have any kind of screen to entertain us. We came up with our own entertainment. You know how when you sit around, you're in a car or you're taking a shower, and all of a sudden the next greatest idea comes to you because your mind is resting, it's relaxed, it's almost in a meditative mode. And then those wonderful ideas come clear where they were blurry before. That's what getting your kids off of screens can do for them. Then there's the too much information aspect. The fact, like I said, that there are videos that they can watch about anything, and many things might be not age appropriate for them to watch, or things that you're not ready for them to learn about, or things that you want to teach them. You don't want them to learn from Google. So all that screen time, they may be watching things that you don't even know they're watching. Okay. Cheers on water. All the cyberbullying that goes on. People, friends, people they don't even know saying things against them and making them believe they are less than. Not building them up, being torn down, destroying their ego and their self-confidence and their self-worth. Creating all this horrible, horrible, tragic suicide epidemic that's going on with kids. Cyberbullying is for real, and it makes it harder because the person who's doing it doesn't even see the person they're doing it to. What was there bullying when I was a kid? Of course there was, but we were face to face. We were in person. We were not bullying a glass screen. We saw emotion. We saw devastation. We saw tears. That affected us differently than just randomly putting words on a page that can make somebody's spirit crushed. All what you were talking about, Anupam, all the electronic fields that go on with screens that affect and impact your child's cognitive abilities. Children on screens all the time don't learn as well. They don't memorize as well. Their cognitive strengths are diminished. Has anything on here really hit home to you? Like, whoa, I need to get my kid off a screen. Little kids don't know the difference between fantasy and reality. So if they're watching a shooting game, a video game where people are dying, they think that's real. That's why little kids can see little Mickey Mouse on a TV and go to a party and there's a 5-foot Mickey Mouse and they're afraid of it. They're afraid of it because they think that's Mickey Mouse. They don't know that Mickey Mouse is a cartoon. They don't know it. So they are afraid because they don't recognize the difference between fantasy and reality until they're 6 or 7 years old. That's why it's so important what they're watching and who they're watching with so they can guide them and help them. It limits their creativity. Like I said, if we're on a screen all the time and that screen is entertaining us, we lose the capacity to be creative and imaginative and entertain ourselves. We lose that because we are being entertained by somebody else. And then we don't play by ourselves. We want somebody to entertain us. And parents think, okay, it's now my responsibility to entertain my child 24/7. Guess what? It is not your responsibility. And it's not the responsibility of their tablet. They need to learn to play by themselves. They need to learn that they have an incredible brain that will come up with so many great things. Insight, designers of Pinterest and Snapchat haven't given a mobile device to their children. They understand how addictive this is in a negative way. Absolutely. They know. They know that kids want to just pick up Snapchat and take funny pictures of themselves. They could do that for hours. What's the next picture? What's the next picture? What's the next filter? What's the next thing I can do? Instead of how about we sit down and we actually draw funny pictures. Hi, CL. How are you? What if we actually just draw and illustrate our own funny pictures? We sit outside, we get fresh air, and we draw nature. How about encouraging your child to do that? Let them get outside. Let them enjoy fresh air, no matter what climate you live in. Don't use the climate as an excuse. Get them out there. People in Alaska don't make their kids stay inside all the time. They dress warm for the weather. Kids need fresh air. They need to connect with nature. They need balance, which brings me to number 12, which is there needs to be a balance of their obligations, their responsibilities, and their life. Screen time can be scheduled in. We're going to have lunch, and then you can play on your screen for a half hour after lunch, and then you go outside. Many of you know that my son, his career is video gaming. He works for one of the top video game companies in the world. When he was a child, he loved video gaming. I supported that passion. But was he ever allowed to just play video games? No. He had obligations, he had homework, he had chores, he had food, he had to go outside and play. He had writing, he had other things he had to do. Video game was a small section of that. I never put it down, but I also didn't let him monopolize his life with it. And he went to college, he got a degree in video gaming, and now he's worked for some of the top video game companies in the world. and is currently working for one and met his wife there, and she works for the same company. It can be a wonderful thing. Screens can lead to wonderful things, but like anything that's obsessed over, it can also be detrimental. Do not let your child obsess over screens. Do not put a screen in front of your child just to keep them busy. Screens should never be your child's babysitter. Now, if you need a 20-minute break, I get it. I've raised 5 kids. Sometimes we just need a break. So then it's okay, lie on the couch with your child and watch a half-hour show. That's fine. Relax. You just need to lay down, maybe take a quick cat nap while they're watching their favorite show. What I'm talking about is them always on their screens, unmonitored. They have their phones all night long. They come in from being outside right on the screen. You don't offer to play games with them. There are great games out there. Love such fun games. Heads Up, Connect 4, classics, Battleship, so many creative thinking games that are fun and help with competition, getting along, leadership skills. In my book, Raising Happy Toddlers, let me tell you, under the heading of play and how it benefits you, there are like 35 benefits to play, and none of them is from a video game or a screen. This is independent play, physical, active play, storytelling, acting things out, dancing, sports, all kinds of play. I have like 35 benefits, and I'm sure I even missed some. Give your child the opportunity to learn what it's like not to be on the screen, to live a life like I was living as a child because screens didn't exist. They didn't exist. And you know what? We were fine. We did okay. I came out of it fine. My kids did not have screens. They had TVs. We had TVs, although I do remember when TVs did not exist. I was a little one when the first black and white TV came out, and I was actually young when color TV came out. But my kids I had one of the original cell phones, but they were not computers. They were literally phones. That's all they did. They called a person, or a person could call you. It was not a computer. Now our phones are more computer than phones. Don't stick a screen in your face just to keep them busy. Let them learn how to keep themselves busy. And if they say, I'm bored, you know what I say to my grandchildren? They don't even ask me anymore. They don't even say, I'm bored, because they know what I'm going to say. I'm going to say, who's making you bored? Because there's only one person that can make you bored, and that's you. What is boring you is exciting another person. Yeah, I'm still young. I am young compared to someone who's much older, compared to dinosaurs. The ChatGPT and Bard can also affect the development of a child's brain. Yes, because you know what? They're not thinking of stuff. Somebody else is. A computer. You have to utilize the brain in order to keep it working. It has to be used. And you know what? These brilliant people thought up ChatGPT. They thought ChatGPT up because why? They're brilliant and they think of things. Give your children the opportunity of brilliance. Give them the opportunity to think of stuff. And then let them show it to you and be excited and say, whoa, that is so cool. Give them downtime. If they're too old to take naps, they should still have a half-hour rest period where they just kind of sit quietly and do something. Journaling. Use it or lose it. Exactly. And a lot of kids are losing it because they're not using it. Human leadership, health, yes. CL is a brilliant example of someone who just became empowered and decided to intentionally empower the world. So many benefits, health, compassion, all of those things lost because they're merely being entertained. Are there not benefits to video games? Yes. I, as a mom of a child, well, he's 35, of a person who's where video gaming is his life, there are absolute benefits. Eye-hand coordination, problem-solving skills, conflict resolution. Commerce is a huge part of every video game. There are benefits, but when something is constantly overused, it's eliminating a whole lot of things that need to be used. That imagination, that creativity, thought, quiet, calm, mindfulness. Where does that fit in if you don't do it? If you let them on their screens all the time? They should have responsibilities, family responsibilities. They should be doing chores. If you wanna call them chores, I like to call them family responsibilities. That should be part of their day. They should be going outside. You can have a, like, bucket full of craft stuff to make them creative, papers, scissors, paint, glue. There's all kinds of things that you can do even for small children. Get a Tupperware container with the lid and fill it with shaving cream and food coloring, and they'll mush in there all day. Teach them about how 2 colors make 1. Go on hikes with your children, play outside, play tag, play catch, run around with your kids, and be a good role model. If you are always on your phone, they will always be too. Find balance. Yes. All yes to all of that. Find balance. Okay, guys, I hope this helped. If you want to know more about screens, I have a great course on my website, pumpedupparenting.com. Go and look at screen time on your time. It's video games and kids and screen time on your time. It's a 2-part course, very inexpensive. Learn about finding balance. You'll meet Kyle, my son, because he does the training on video games. So you know all about it, what to look for, chats, ratings, all of that stuff. And the whole nother one about screen times on your time, how to stop always passing a screen on to your child because you can't think of what else they should be doing. Show them confidence, peace, love, laughter, resilience, true power. Yes, absolutely. So go to pumpedupparenting.com under courses. You'll see screen time in your kids or video gaming in your kids. It's something like that. I can't remember the name, but you'll know it. Pick it up. Very inexpensive, on special, low price. It'll be worth it. And then the rest of the summer, the rest of the year, you too will find balance and benefit your child in all the ways they need to be benefited to grow up, to be confident, self-reliant, and feel worthy and grow up with purpose. They can't find purpose if they're always being entertained and things are always being thought of by someone else. Let them find purpose. Become a tribe member of the Tranquility Tribe. Thank you very much for that. Yes, you can do that too. mytranquilitytribe.com. Learn more. Learn what you need to know. This month's masterclass is on balance, family, work, finding that balance, and part of the Tranquility Tribe. Okay, guys, thank you so much for being here. I know that this time is very valuable. A half hour out of your busy day is important. I appreciate you spending time with me. As always, I wish you days filled with peace, love, tons of laughter. Really, really, really is the best medicine. Gotta laugh, gotta have fun. And if everybody's on a screen and you're not connecting with each other in the family, you're all in one room but individual. You're not having fun with each other. You're not connecting. You're not learning the value of family. Thank you, Anapan. You're a family. Live like a family. Don't live saying you're a family, but everybody lives their individual lives. Come together, connect. Make sure that they know that your family is where they belong. Family is a child's first introduction to community. Community relates to each other, communicates with each other, and connects with each other, and loves each other. Get off those screens, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye, everyone.